Today we are going to start chemistry of the 12th class and the second chapter, that is the solutions. All of you know, solutions are the homogeneous mixture of two or more than two components. Homogeneous mixture means there is single phase. Single phase means, for example, if you add sodium chloride in water, sugar in water, then there is the formation of single phase. So that is formed homogeneous solution. Solution that contain one solute and one solvent. Solute which is in lesser extent and solvent which is in larger extent. So solution mostly made up of two components, one solute and one solvent. We can decide solute and solvent which is present in lesser extent, less amount, that is the solute, and which is present in larger amount, that is known as solvent. Solution may be binary, that is may be ternary, may be quaternary. Binary solution are those solutions which contain only two components, that is one solute and one solvent. Ternary that contain three components, one solute, two solvent, or two solute, one solvent. And quaternary which contain four components, one solute, three solvent, two solute, two solvent, and another. So here that may be binary, ternary, quaternary, that is depend upon the number of components present in the solution. In your syllabus of 12th class, we have to discuss only the binary solution. Solution may be saturated, may be unsaturated, and may be supersaturated. Saturated solution are those solutions in which no more solute can be dissolved. Means after the formation of solution, there is no chance for the dissolution of any more solute. Unsaturated solution are those solutions in which some more solute can be dissolved. And supersaturated solution are those solutions which is at normal room temperature, and after decreasing the temperature of the saturated solution, some extra solute that can be settled down at the bottom, and then that is known as supersaturated solution. So saturated solution, that is at the normal room temperature, maximum amount of solute which can be dissolved, that is known as saturated. And if the less amount of solute which is dissolved at a room temperature, then that is known as unsaturated. And in the saturated solution at normal room temperature, when temperature decreases, then some extra solute which is dissolved in the saturated solution, that is settled down at the bottom, then that is known as supersaturated solution. So these are the some solutions. In 12th class, the first topic we have to discuss the types of solutions, and the types of solutions, that is on the basis of solvent. If solvent is solute, if solvent is solid, then that is known as solid solution. If that is liquid, then that is known as liquid solution. And if that is the gas, then that is known as gaseous solution. So on the basis of solvent, there are total 9 types of solution. First of all, that is the solid solution. In solid solution, solute, solvent, and that is the example. Solute, that is solid, liquid in solid, and gas in solid. Means that is known as solid solution, because in each cases solvent is solid. So solid in solid, the example is alloys. All of you know alloys of metals and metal. Liquid in solid, the example of liquid in solid, that is the hydrated salt. All of you know that is the copper sulfate, hydrated zinc sulfate, hydrated one, that is the Mohr salt, ferrous ammonium sulfate, FeSO4, NH4 whole twice SO4 dot 6H2O, that is also known as Mohr salt, that is also hydrated salt. So that is the example of liquid dissolved in solid. And third, that is the gas dissolved in liquid. So gas dissolved in solid, the example is metal surface adsorb number of gases, that is known as occlusion. Occlusion. All of you learn in the surface chemistry in later on. So example of gas dissolved in solid, if there is the metal, solid metal, and gas is like hydrogen gas dissolved on the metal surface, so that is the example of gas in solid. There is the one term we will discuss in later on, that is the occlusion. This is the special case when any gaseous molecule is adsorbed on the solid metal surface, then that phenomena is known as occlusion. So this is the first type of solution, that is known as solid solution. Second solution, that is the liquid solution. Liquid solution in which solute and solvent. Example, solute, that is solid, liquid and gas, and solvent is always, that is the liquid. So liquid solution, solid in liquid, any solid that is dissolved in liquid. Example is sugar solution. Sugar solution or salt solution, urea solution. So that is the example of solid in liquid, means sugar is dissolved in water or common salt is dissolved in water. Liquid in liquid, that is the alcohol. Ethanol, that is the alcohol in water. Alcohol solution, that is alcohol in water, that is the example of liquid in liquid. Or any miscible liquid, that is example of liquid in liquid. Gas in liquid, that is the gas molecule is dissolved, that is the aerated drink. Aerated drink, that is the soft drink, cool drink, that is the example of gas which is dissolved in liquid. So these are the second type of solution, that is the liquid solution whose solvent is liquid. Now third is gaseous solution. Gaseous solution means its solvent is gas. So first example of solid in gas, solid molecule that is dissolved in gas is iodine vapor in air. Very good example. That is the iodine vapor in air is the example of solid in gas, or you can say dust particle in air, that is also dust particle in air. Liquid dissolved in gas, liquid molecule that is dissolved in gas, that is the humidity in air. You can say very good example is humidity in air, means water droplet that is in air, that is example of liquid in gas. And third, gas in gas, that is the example is air. All of you know air is the mixture of the gaseous molecule. So the total three solution: solid solution, liquid solution and gaseous solution. So in each cases there are three type of solution, then there are total 9 types of solution. Now next topic is the methods of expression of the concentration of the solution. So next topic is methods of expression of solution. Means method of expression of solution means concentration of solution. Means here we are going to discuss how can we express the concentration of solution. So there are different methods which is normally used. So first is the strength. So first method for the expression of the concentration of solution, that is the strength. Strength, the amount of substances in gram, the amount of solute in gram present in per liter of solution, that is known as strength. Means the mass of substances in gram present in per liter of solution, that is known as strength. Hence here you can say that the unit of strength will be gram per liter. So if strength is represented by capital S, so strength equal to mass of solute in gram upon volume of solution in liter, volume of solution in liter. Here strength become equal to mass of solute, that is WB upon V. In this chapter, in solution chapter, we generally use capital B for the solute and capital A, that is for the solvent. B for solute and A for solvent. So WB is the mass of solute upon volume of solution, that is in liter. In question, volume of solution in number of cases or in numerical, volume of solution is in milliliter or centimeter cube. If V in milliliter or centimeter cube, then strength equal to WB into 1000 upon V. Means then strength become equal to WB into 1000 upon V. So generally unit that is used gram per liter. So the first is the strength. Now second is mass percent. Second, that is the mass percent. इसको define the number of parts by mass of one component per 100 parts by mass of the solution. Means here you can define the number of parts by mass of one component, means that is the solute or solvent, per 100 parts by mass of the solution. So by means of definition, the number of parts by mass of solute or the solvent per 100 parts by mass of the solution, which mathematically represented as, suppose that is the mass percent of A. Suppose solution, that is the binary solution, which contain two components, component A and component B. So if you want to find out the mass percent of A, then that mass percent of A, that become equal to WA upon WA plus WB into 100. WA upon WA plus WB into 100. That is the mass percent of A. Similarly, mass percent of B, that become equal to WB upon WA plus WB into 100. Into 100 because there is the percentage. So by means of this, you can find out the mass percent, means mass of solute upon total mass. This is the mass of solvent. Suppose you want to find out the mass percent of A. So mass of solvent upon mass of solvent plus mass of solute, that is the solution, mass of solution into 100. Similarly, you can find out also volume percent. This is the mass percent. Similarly, you can find out also volume percent. In place of mass, we can find out the volume, that is the volume percent of A, then that become equal to VA upon VA plus VB into 100. That is the volume percent of A, VA upon VA plus VB into 100. And similarly, volume percent of B, that is the VB upon VA plus VB into 100. That is the volume percent. In number of cases, mass percent and volume percent, that is represented either in the sense of W by W or V by V. Like this, suppose for example 10% NaCl solution, W by W, W by V and V by V. So this mass percent can express by means of these three ways. W by W means mass by mass, mass by volume, volume by volume. All of you this learned in the 11th class. So 10% NaCl solution, W by W means 10 gram of NaCl present in 100 gram of solution or 90 gram of water. If you take the aqueous solution of sodium chloride, that is a 10% aqueous solution of sodium chloride, W by W, it means 10 gram of NaCl in 100 gram of solution, or you can say 90 gram of water. W by V means 10 gram of NaCl, 10 gram of NaCl in 100 ml of solution or 90 ml of water molecule. And V by V means 10 ml of NaCl in 100 ml of solution or 90 ml of water molecule. So this mass percent, volume percent, that can be expressed by means of three ways: W by W, W by V, and V by V. Next method, that is the expression of the concentration of solution, that is molarity, that is represented by capital M. So molarity is the number of moles of solute present in per liter of solution. That is the number of moles of solute dissolved in per liter of solution. Means mathematically M equal to number of moles of solute upon volume of solution, in liter. As the definition, number of moles of solute present in per liter of solution. So mathematically, number of moles of solute upon volume of solution in liter. So that can be represented as number of moles of solute, that is NB upon V. NB is the number of moles of solute, B for solute, and this is the V for volume. Or you also know from the lower classes, number of moles of solute, that become equal to WB upon MB. WB is the mass of solute and MB is the molecular mass of solute. So number of mole equal to mass of solute upon molar mass, and into V. And as I had already said that volume of solution is in numerical mostly given in milliliter or centimeter cube, then molarity become equal to WB into 1000 upon MB into V. So this formula is used when volume is in liter, and this formula is used when volume is given in milliliter or centimeter cube. So molarity become equal to WB, that is the mass absolute, upon molar mass absolute, and V is the volume in centimeter cube or milliliter. So from the definition, the unit that can be used as moles per liter, or simply you can say molar. There is one important thing, is that molarity is depend upon temperature, because there is the volume term and volume is depend upon the temperature. If you increase the temperature, then volume of the liquid that is also increases. So here you can say molarity is depend upon temperature. So why molarity is depend upon temperature? It is only because there is the molarity term in the numerator. That is value, sorry, molarity term not, that is the volume term in the denominator. So this molarity is depend upon the temperature. Next is molality. That is represented by small m. So molality is the number of moles of solute present in per kilogram of solvent. Means number of moles of solute present in per kilogram of the solvent. Means small m, that is the number of moles of solute upon mass of solvent in kg, that is the kilogram. and we represent number of moles of solute, that is NB, and mass of solvent, that is the WA. W is the mass of mass and A is the for the solvent. So number of moles NB upon mass of solvent in, that is the WA. And we also know that NB, that is equal to WB upon MB into WA. So in place of NB, we can write WB upon MB, and that is the into WA. But in numerical, if WA, that is the mass of solvent in gram, if WA in gram, then that formula become equal to WB into 1000 upon MB into WA. So this is the final for the calculation of molality mass of solute upon molecular mass of solute, and that is the mass of solvent. There is one important difference between the molality and molarity, is that molarity, I have just said that is depend upon the temperature, but molality, that does not depend upon the temperature, because in molality there is the WA, that is the mass of solvent, and all of you know that mass of solvent does not depend upon the temperature, because mass does not depend upon the temperature. Here the unit can be used as mole per kilogram, or you can use molal. In molarity, that is the molar, but in molality, that is the molar. There is one general equation that is used in molarity, that is known as molarity equation. That is the molarity equation, means if we take a solution of molarity M1 and volume V1 is diluted to V2, then molarity of that solution is M2, and then the resultant molarity of that solution is calculated as M1 V1 plus M2 V2 equal to M3 V1 plus V2. Means any solution whose molarity is M1 and initial volume is V1, and if that solution is diluted by the addition of some solvent, and then its volume is V2 and molarity M2, then the final resulting solution molarity will be equal to this M1 V1 plus M2 V2 equal to M3 V1 plus V2, where V1 plus V2 is the initial and final volume of the solution. So that is known as molarity equation. So